This is absolutely Essendon round 15 match preview. Essendon heading to Heave-Ho Town. We're heading west to play the Dockers. And the last time that we played, they gave us a serious belting.
Oh, yeah, they sure as
Taberner
hell did.
kicked 7. However, this time round, they've just taken a couple of losses. They lost in an embarrassing game to the Giants.
Yeah.
The Dons, well, we're coming off 4 wins in a row, but we've had a bye, and the bye generally presents its challenges.
Yes, it does. And before we get into the detail of this game preview, I just want to say, thankfully, I'm not heading back over to the West. As you may recall, I was over
you
there.
Did. You covered the Weagles game very closely.
I felt like Dr. Livingstone going into the darkest depths of the African jungle when I headed over there. It was,
really?
Yeah. Anyway, so the scars are kind of healing.
Sure.
But no, I won't be making a return to the West for the Fremantle.
No, they're going to miss you.
I don't think they will somehow. There's been nothing but really bad fan mail.
That pesky guy.
So Fremantle, they played Greater Western Sydney in the previous weekend, last weekend, and were pretty abysmal, to be fair. There's not a lot. There was very little that you could say about that game that was a positive.
I think it was a bit embarrassing for them. So they started the season slow, then found some form, I think, over about 4 or 5 weeks.
Yes.
And now they've lost to the Tigers and to GWS.
They lost very badly, and I think they would be extremely disappointed with that performance at the Coliseum that is whatever, the Giants Stadium in Western Sydney.
The Cauldron.
The boiling cauldron.
Yes.
That is the Giants' home ground.
Well,
so
they head to their home ground now.
They do. They're back over to Optus. And look, you want to beware the cornered beast, don't you?
You know, I'm always incredibly wary of a team who's just come off, an embarrassing loss.
Unfortunately, that doesn't apply to Fremantle. Eh? I mean, let's be honest. There's no beast about Fremantle. You can prod that bear all you like.
Well, they did the job on us last year, and let me tell you, Taberner kicked 7, Darcy kicked 2.
Yeah.
Who's
Taberner?
Yeah.
Matt Taberner.
Yes.
Matthew. They've got a lot of players who are just, their names sound familiar.
Yeah, they don't have... Not a huge amount of real household names.
He kicked 7 against us.
Yeah, he did. And that,
why do these guys kick record hauls
They do.
against us?
They just star against us,
for
and
God's
then
sake.
you look for them the following week, and it's like they can't get a touch.
Yeah.
It's like what
He'll
happened?
be dropped.
And that night, Peter Wright managed to score 1 behind only. So if you think Peters,
that's a little unfair. I mean, he might have just been feeling unwell or something. You don't know. He kicked 5 goals last week. That's all that matters to me.
Well, but let's not count chickens, because if you're thinking he'll just easily go
goals, but
you think he's going to go and grab another bag.
So
let's not assume.
We also have to talk about the elephant in the room, which is coming off a bye.
Yes.
And by the way, thank you to that kind person that commented on our last video about what exactly is the origin of the word bye.
Mate,
we're none the wiser, but thank you anyway.
No, they covered it. We always get good answers to our questions. We've got some cluey people watching.
We do.
Yes.
But coming off the bye, it is absolutely the graveyard shift, and I think this year during the bye season, which we currently have gone through in the last few weeks, only 1 or 2 sides have actually been able to win the week after their week off.
Yeah, that's not a great stat.
It goes back to the time when we used to have the bye every round. Remember they used to call it the curse of the bye?
Yeah,
and
that's
teams
right.
would just inevitably struggle coming off the bye.
Yeah.
There's a lot to be said about momentum in this game, and we've had it.
We have.
And then all the boys went off fishing and to Bali or wherever they went during their time off. But maybe they just forgot about the footy for a little while, and it's not such a good thing.
Well,
I don't know.
I think they only had 4 days off on this occasion, so I don't think there was any trips camping or over to Bali.
I wouldn't think camping. I would have thought maybe a big resort in Bali, but okay, that's for another video.
Sure.
So anyway, that is definitely something to be aware of. And the double whammy for us is teams playing in Perth tend to struggle the week after that. So if you remember, we put away West Coast pretty easily by 50 points.
Yes, but some were disappointed with that.
Well,
that we
sure,
didn't do
it
better.
wasn't. We weren't at our best that night, but still 50 points when you're missing half a dozen of your best players.
We'll take it.
And you're not really on song is not a bad performance. But then the following week up against North Melbourne, we struggled.
Just got over the line.
No, not to say that North Melbourne didn't play well. They played very well. But we just again looked a little bit off the pace after coming back from Perth. So there's a couple of
challenges,
things to be kept in mind. And I'm sure Brad Spott, who you refer to him as famously, that has gone viral, by the way.
Thanks for that.
So Bradley Spott.
Yes. No, this is definitely danger game. We need a red flashing light because I feel this is.
We've got a lot of red lights.
Yeah, we do, but we need one a little bit flashing. So. Yeah, that's.
Be careful with that.
I think.
So, all right, moving right along then. So we've got the bye to deal with for them coming back from. What's happening then with this game?
Yes.
What are our expectations for this game?
Well,
who's in? Who's out?
Well, this is the point because I don't know. I don't know what to make a lot of these injuries because apparently Draper didn't.
No, that's right.
Didn't train. Who else? Stringer.
I wouldn't think that would bother you. Seeing as you're the president of his hate club.
Oh, man, you're just going to make...
you said it. I didn't say it.
I've never said anything.
You did.
I may have said some stuff in this general conversation.
Yeah.
No, I had some questions.
About Sam Draper.
That's all.
That's like questioning King Charles' right to be the monarch.
Disregard him.
All right.
Okay.
We'll
There's
come
nothing
to that episode.
That was an off the record discussion.
The Why I Hate Sam Draper episode featuring Smoke and Joe is coming soon.
I don't hate
on
him.
a streaming channel near you.
Him. I just have some questions.
All right. So Draper was missing from training. I think
he
was just doing what they say. He was inside.
Yes. Was he?
I think at the hang of that means he's in the big.
Is that just a nice massage?
The big box
with some burning some oils. And
he
incense.
Probably had that.
Okay, let's get.
You were sticking little pins in his doll, his voodoo doll.
Let's please, for the love of God, can we get to Parrish? Can we get to
Parrish?
Shield?
Parrish is back, full training and looking $1 million. It's like the guy hasn't been away. Obviously, that time down in Geelong has worked well for him. Trying on the Geelong footy jumper,
right?
Seeing how that looks in the mirror.
Yeah,
it's all worked well. He's had a fantastic
blue and white doesn't agree with some people.
He's back. He's been raising sheep down at Colac or wherever he is.
Okay,
and I think we'll see Parrish come straight back in. Why would you put him in the reserves?
No. Please, straight back in.
So that beggars the question.
Yes.
Who goes out? Who out of a team that's just won 4 in a row and looking good is going to get the chop?
That's a very good question.
It is.
I don't know. I'll leave that to Brad Scott.
Well, he said the same. He said he didn't know. So that he's actually asking for our opinion, Brad Spott.
Right. So, Shield. Let's move on quickly.
Dylan Shield. I don't think he'll play. That's the word I'm hearing from some of my guys on the inside.
Even though we still don't know what the injury is.
He's got some mysterious ankle/shin/blister.
Right.
And the word I'm hearing is that Shield won't be playing this week. I think the other question is, you've got a few people calling for perhaps the sideward move of Sam, thank you for your service, Wiedemann, and whether he will be replaced potentially by a young kid called Jaden Hunter, who we picked up in the so soon, but he's been nothing but impressive in the VFL side. This boy can mark and this boy can kick. And I tell you what, that's something that Sam Wiedemann's yet to sort of master. No offence, Sam.
All right. Now, the other thing about your point, though, there is what about Voss? Because he was all the talk.
Well, he was, and then this young Jaden Hunter's come in the side.
Is he taking all the limelight?
Get out of my way.
He's
hold my beer.
He's taking the spotlight.
He's a prospect. And, how good have our mid-season draft pickups been over the last couple of years?
Yeah, they have been
Sam
very
Durham, Jai Menzie, Massimo.
Yes.
We've just been, and kudos to the man that everybody dislikes, Adrian Dodoro, because he's nailed it. He's nailed these mid-season draft picks.
Yes.
So perhaps Jaden Hunter, it would be an unlikely choice, but he's a Perth boy. It gives him a chance to debut in Perth with his friends and family.
Oh, interesting view.
So
didn't think of that.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Right, okay.
Make of it what you wish.
Okay.
Now, the other one I'd like to talk about is whether Phillips is going to be retained or do we manage him? If you remember against West Coast, Brian came into the side. He was okay, and he got dropped the week after. But I wouldn't mind. Again, he's been great in the VFL team, and I wouldn't mind seeing Brian come in. The question is whether Sam Draper will pull up. I'm sure he will, but if Sam doesn't make the flight across the Nullarbor, the Pony Express stagecoach across the Nullarbor, we probably see Brian coming in to work with Phillips.
On the other side of the ledger, Sean Darcy for Fremantle.
He's out.
Okay.
Yeah, he's out.
So then you've got Luke Jackson to deal with.
Luke Jackson, so he's found form for sure. I think that hot spell that Fremantle went through, which you were talking about, kind of aligns with his sort of emergence as a player with them. He was pretty average in the beginning of the season. Yep. And they gave away 26 draft picks or whatever for him.
Oh, did they?
So I'm pretty sure they're happy that he's starting to play. But yeah, Jackson,
so that's
he will be a key. And they do have a pretty strong midfield. I don't know most of their players. I think being over in the West, they tend to go under the radar a bit, but they do have a pretty decent midfield.
They do. Sarong is playing very well. Brayshaw,
Fife,
also,
of course, and Jager O'Meara.
So yes,
Jagermeister.
I welcome D Parish coming back very much so.
Have you ever had a Jagermeister? Jagermeister?
I don't think.
I think you have. One night in Kowloon.
I never liked them. I tried one.
Well, you liked it that night. I remember that very well.
In Kowloon.
Yeah, in Hong Kong. Right?
Oh,
yeah. Now it's coming back.
That was an ugly night. Okay. Massimo.
Yeah, look, he's played 2 games in a row as the sub, and he's, I can't see it being 3 weeks in a row. He's either in the side or he's back in the VFL side. And that's not to say he hasn't deserved his place, but really for his match fitness.
Right.
He can't be sitting on the bench as a sub for 3 weeks in a row.
Oh, yeah, good point.
So I think Massimo will make way probably for Parish if Parish is back in.
Right.
And, there's an outside chance that Tex Wanganeen could get a game. He was an emergency last week. But it's hard to see him knocking off either Jai Menzies or perhaps Matt Guelphy as the small forward.
Oh, no. Yeah, unlikely.
Getting into this side now is going to be very tough.
Yeah, unlikely. Yeah. Not after the last game.
So I think there's a bit of rain forecast for the Sunday. I can't understand. I mean, we're recording this 3 days beforehand.
Yeah, that's right.
How good is computer technology that we can actually tell what the weather's going to be like in 3 days? So 3 or 4 days, whatever it is.
Well, we don't know. But do we want it to rain against Freo? Or we just rather not rain?
Yeah, no, look, we were quite good in the wet against Melbourne, as people will remember. So, look, I think we can take on any set of any climactic conditions.
Right.
I think we can manage it. So so that's that. Now, did you want to talk about the markets for this game?
Well, I thought it was... I did have a quick look. I like to always have a look. See what the smarties say. Because it's all about the smarties.
How's living on a park bench working for you? Because you're quite a punter, aren't you?
What do you mean? No. I'm not on the football.
The mansion in Brighton on the back of the trots? the dish lickers?
There's no mansion in Brighton. For the love of God.
You're in New Brighton, aren't you?
No.
Which is Elwood.
But let's just get straight to the odds.
Yeah.
The bookies have Fremantle as the favourites. Fairly... not firm, but firm-ish. It's so yes, definitely got them in front. So you've got...
What are the prices?
Well, I think it's $1.75 to Essendon $2. So
they're not really fancy in Fremantle at $1.75, are they? I mean, that's pretty long odds.
Yeah, no. That's I'm surprised that they are the favourites. We're the ones who've won 4 games in a row.
That is fair enough, but they're not $1.05.
They've lost 2 in a row, and their last game was quite embarrassing. And so
you're not buying into that?
So I think no. I take heed because they're playing at home, so obviously they're putting a lot of stock in that,
and they are going to respond from the game on the weekend.
But still, it's just interesting that. That's where
I tell you what I would like, because I know you are a passionate punter, and you can't walk past a TAB
again. So please read the PDF.
So what I think it'd be great.
Think about what you're really gambling with.
Would you think about maybe doing a weekly segment on
look, maybe for just fun factor, for interest value, maybe.
So just playing with poker chips, not real money.
Yes, no, that's right. Just for interest only. Maybe do a bit of a
matchsticks.
I could do just a bit of a multi, just a four or 5 leg multi.
Smoking Joe's multi.
Yes.
Jeez, I've heard that somewhere before.
Maybe I could do that.
All right, we'll think about it. I think some of our... I know there's a lot of guys who comment, and gals, and a lot of them from other countries than Australia
yes.
that are interested in the odd little wager, little flutter.
Right. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Well, yes. Yes. I'm happy to try and put something together.
Good.
But don't have a go at me. Please don't put the house on it or even a room of the house. But I'm happy to proffer
You can't be responsible for other people's irresponsibility.
Apparently you can.
Right. So can you?
Yeah.
So if you say,
yes,
this is a good bet,
yeah,
and they lose their house,
we need to put. You need to find a way to put a bit of a disclaimer at the bottom. If I go ahead and do that,
gamble responsibly.
I will try and put one together.
Okay, so let's go to the tips. I think we've gone on enough about this now. So what do you reckon?
This is a real danger game. I am concerned, but I'll say it'll be a close one, and I'm hoping the Dons fall over the line in this one.
Yeah, look, I'm very nervous about this game, and I got to tell you, I'm tending to lean towards a close loss, because I'm sure Fremantle will respond. We don't have a good record on the road, despite having won twice this year.
Yeah,
actually, that makes it a pretty good record, doesn't it? Yeah, we've got an average record on the road, but we tend to not beat Fremantle in Perth. That's a rarity.
Yes.
So I don't want to, I'm just being cautious here. So as long as we play well, we show some signs of improvement and development, that's it. I'm happy with that. But I do suspect Fremantle will come back hard at us, and a close loss is possibly on the cards.
That said, a win would be so handy, handy in this run home, because we're playing a hot Port Adelaide again, and playing the Pies again as well. And I know that there's a couple of other games that people are saying, well, you can bank those. You definitely cannot bank anything.
We've only beaten one side in the top 8 this year.
Yes, I am well aware.
Let's not get too smart. I know we have a propensity to, become a little enthusiastic.
Well,
about
this game lends itself to overreaction. That's what it's all about.
Sure. And you can only respond to what happens, and we have performed well this year. But I do think there may be a reality check coming up, which is not always such a bad thing.
Yes.
So let's see how we go. But either way, good luck to the boys, and enjoy your time over in Sleepy Town. And you think Perth's bad. Wait till you get to Fremantle.
But please do try and come back with the W.
Please do your best, Gab.
Please.
Yep. All right. So that's it from me.
That is it from me as well. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you again very, very soon.
Bye for now. See ya.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Yes, have the last word.
Bye.